LeAnn.
Hi, I'm Jeannie.
And we're the Loose Thread Stitchers. And today is Tuesday, July 8th. And this is episode number 41. So why are you shaking your head? Because it's July 8th.
A week has gone already in July.
Yes, and we've been apart. This is longer than normal, and I've missed her. We've just been catching up.
Family.
Yeah.
It's just so important and so fun to reconnect and to get together with family. But then, you don't realize until everybody's gone and it's like, you're exhausted. I'm exhausted anyway, so.
Well, and her son lives in Florida, so she's very happy when she gets to see him.
Yeah.
And then she saw everybody, so she was...
Yeah, and then my husband's nephew and his wife from southern Iowa, so they brought the fireworks, so that was fun.
And they have a puppy, 6-month-old puppy. They have a German Shepherd dog, and then they bought a girl, and it's Bubba and
Sable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sable's 6 months old. She sent me a picture. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's so cute.
So hopefully they're going to be a family soon, Bubba and Sable.
Yes, that's what their plan is. So, any other updates?
Nope, just time could slow down.
Yeah, I know, I agree with you. And I've been having dryer problems, and the guy came yesterday for the third time, and he left, and I got one load done, and now my drum doesn't move anymore. So now I have a call into him again. So it's just been one thing after. And in 48 years of marriage, our thing goes 3 bad things in a row. Okay, my air conditioner broke right before we were supposed to film, and now I've had the dryer break. So now I'm kind of sitting here like, okay.
Does the dishwasher count?
Well, the dishwasher, I don't know if that counts, because the dishwasher's been loud. So when I knew they were coming for the dryer, I just asked them if they could check the dishwasher, and he replaced the thing that squirts water and spins.
Okay.
It's almost like the motor, I think. And boy, it's quiet. I just hear water swishing again.
I count that as 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
so you're
didn't
done.
know, because it really wasn't broke. It worked.
Okay.
It just was loud.
So you're looking for 3. You're looking for the third bad thing.
We always have 3.
Okay.
And I don't know what it'll be. And I don't know, maybe Jeannie's right. Maybe the dishwasher got included and I'm done. That would be nice. We'll see. Okay, FFOs, I have 1. Usual. Jeannie has like 99. I've been working on this, and this one is Remember Me. And I've had the 4, I'll show you. There's 5 total, but I finally finished it. And I did change the house. The house is Fathom Blue. And I think it was supposed to be something like Mountain Mist or something. Whatever color that lighter greeny blue is on the bird, that's what the house color was supposed to be. And I thought, no. Have to do a darker blue. So that's what I did. And this thing, believe it or not, there's a lot of stitching in these.
Starting and stops, isn't
Yeah,
there?
it just, in the house, of course, took a while.
Well, and it's over 1.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
over 1. It's 28 count. It's supposed to be on mushroom, 28 count, and I'm doing them all 28 count Abecedarian, it's called, by R&R. So that's, and I mean, here's the first one. And then these are the other 2 small. So now there's 1 more, and then there's a strawberry and a hornbook, a little hornbook.
Ooh.
So I'll probably do...
So is it 1 chart or was it
No, they're
several
all separate.
charts?
It's all
Okay.
separate. And this is the last chart. That's the last chart that I have to do. And this one is smaller than this one.
But not as small as the guy and the gal.
No, it's a little bit bigger than the guy and the gal. It's more square, rectangle-y. So, I wonder where the back is. Here's all of them.
So where...
And there's the little hornbook, and there's the little strawberry right there.
Where are the charts for them? Are they in one of
They're
the
like,
charts?
yeah, they're in like one of these.
Okay. So it's not a separate.
No, they're kind of mixed in with them. Yep, they are. So, I'm not sure, because right now I'm working on Patriotic, so I'll get back to that one. But that's my FFO.
Will we start traveling again?
Yeah, so, oh my gosh, Jeannie had company and everything, and
Well, I was,
some of this she said she did before.
before the, yeah. But we had, gosh, last month, We had been to 4 shops. Because we went down to Walnut for their antique,
Yep.
and we both bought kind of a large lawn art, I think one person called it.
Oh, yeah. I'll put mine in the beginning photo. It's a
Yeah.
cupola.
I
Yep.
gotta take a picture of mine. And so, but then from there, we went up to Shanty Stitchers in Beardsford, Iowa, or South Dakota,
Yep.
because they have their shop hop.
Yep.
And then from there, we went over to Welcome Stitchery in Blue Earth. And then we were in Osage. So we got all 3 parts.
Yep.
And then we were able to visit Black Cat Stitchery in Amory. So
Yep.
we did all 4 shops last month. We're on the loose. But so this one here, I got this at Blue Earth at Welcome Stitchery. It was a complete chart. Well, it had the chart, and then it had a silk in it. You know, just strands of silk. So this is what I did it on.
Oh, that's beautiful.
18 count Ada in willow green, and that's what the silks provided.
Nice. That's beautiful.
So then, you know, you always have leftovers. You hopefully have leftovers. This chart here, it's a free chart from Manny D. Donna
Yep.
called Happy 4th. And so I used the floss that was left, the silk that was left, and I used the same fabric, Land of the Free.
Nice.
So I did that. Then, you know how all of a sudden you get I got that chart. I had this book, Star Spangled Ornaments. Well, I did them in little pindellos, square. And it's just...
Look at the back. The back fabric's cute too.
Your
It's kind of
little-
old. See the anchor? There's an anchor and stars.
Yeah, so they're all, you know, some I got red rickrack, some I got blue. So I just started doing these on my scrap Ada.
They're very cute.
There's red, white, and blue Ada. So
I think it took you longer to do the fully finishing than
Oh,
it did
yeah.
to stitch them.
well, it was like an assembly line.
Yeah.
Here's a rocket, and then heart. I have a little tray that these all go in.
Oh, cute.
And then 4th of July. And then I have, it's Heartstrings Samplery Festive Fobs. And this was in the Americana one.
Oh, that's cute.
So I just got that one done. And then on Memorial Day, I started, it's from Calico Confectionery, Be True. This was a PDF.
Yep.
And so I did it on 16 count Mayday Subtle by Seraphim Fabrics. And the rickrack is Dames of the Needle North Pole. And I made it into a hanger.
That's really pretty. Wow.
So,
So many people enjoy them patriotic. So
yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
So then, since I had that fabric out, and I think I got this chart, or this, yeah, at Needlepoint Galleria when we were down in, yeah, and I had it all with the Weeks Dye Works called For Floss,
Yep.
and that's still on the same fabric, but I did the Biscornu in it.
Wow.
The USA, and it's got Petite Treasure braid in it, the sparkly.
Yeah, I don't know. There you can,
Can you
see the
see?
sparkle. Yep.
Yeah, and it's stuffed with lizard litter.
And she did great. I mean, it's really hard. It's very
It's a weapon. It's
yeah,
like a hockey puck.
She did, but it's beautiful. She stuffed it really good.
And okay, I'm addicted to Biscornus
Biscornu.
now. So in Simone's, I think I had shown Simone Small. I think I had shown this when I was stitching it, but here it is done.
Oh, that's pretty.
And it's with, I got a hank of silks for you site. So
Because that's just one thread, right? And it's,
Right.
It's that variegated.
it's
Yeah,
that
that's
variegated.
really pretty.
And this is lizard litter again.
Yep.
So okay, so those
Those are her FFO.
that's all I have. But it was small. It was kind of fun. You know, you get them done though, you stitch, and like LeAnn says, the finishing.
Yeah, your finishing had to take for these little ones. And as fast as you stitch, your finishing had to take longer than your stitching. These are really cute.
And they're fun to have
Are they,
in.
when they're this smaller, are they hard to stuff?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. It, you know, I've got that little tray. I think I had gotten it when we were out and about before. So I'm thinking now, and I've got some more of the festive fobs. Festive little fobs.
Yep.
So I'm thinking I gotta get some, you know, to put in there for all holidays or seasons or something, because they're kind of fun to have in that tray.
Yeah.
So
Okay, do you have any finishes?
I do. I finished one last night,
Yeah, I don't have any finishes.
and it's not iron. Sorry. This is on 18 count Mystic Gray Ada, and it was my 4th of July weekend start. Okay, where is my...
Yeah, Diane, we were FaceTiming on Saturday, and Diane asked me if I was doing any starts for the 4th of July, and I said no, I didn't even think about it.
Well, this is from 2021 summer, a punch needle primitive stitcher magazine.
Yep.
And it's by Teresa Vanette of Shakespeare Peddler. This isn't bad. I made a working copy. I don't know how I'm going to finish this just yet, but here she is.
Oh, that's pretty.
So, you know how you start doing this? Like this one here, all I could hear in my head was the commercial.
Oh,
Liberty, liberty.
liberty.
And this one, you start singing the song. And I couldn't remember a couple of the words, so I pulled up the lyrics, and there's like 6 verses or something or more.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that was fun.
It's cool the way those birds are outlined in blue.
Yeah, and that's all the called for DMC.
Wow, nice.
So that was my
Finish.
finish. Boy, this is going quick. This whole pile.
She's talking to me the whole time, and she just keeps bringing stuff out. And I'm going, oh my gosh. And she had company for 2 weeks. Okay, then we'll move on to whips. And this is a start and a whip for me. And Nori, a lady that I asked, I was looking for this pattern, and Nori sent it to me. And it's called Rhapsody in Blue. And so I started it. And I mean, I haven't gotten far yet, but that's as far as I've gotten. And I'm doing it on 40 count heirloom by Needle Bling. And 40 count. And then I'm doing it with needlepoint silks. And it's just color number 324, and it says Williamsburg Blue Range.
How does that silk compare to that one that you were having no knots and stuff with?
This one is nice too, but I've gotten knots with it. 'Cause
Okay.
somebody had commented that when you use silk, you don't get knots. Well, then I'm doing something wrong. Because with this one, I have not as many knots as, hand-dyed or DMC, but I still got a few knots with it.
Okay.
But that other silk, the Avera Soie d'Alger, I haven't worked on any more of my Anton Unfendel, and that's what I'm going to hopefully start now. After this, I'll go back to her as my main focus, because and then I'll do Rhapsody in Blue, and then I'll be doing a small. That's what I'm kind of thinking. This is the bag I got Rhapsody in Blue in. And Jeannie and I make our own bags. We don't buy them usually, except for from D. We
yeah,
buy some.
except from D.
Yeah. from
Thanks, D.
Yeah. And I am, not this one. And then the other one that I picked up is My Country by La Di Da, and I showed this on my little short video that we were going to be late. And I've seen quite a few people finish it.
Or have it on their to-do for patriotics now.
Right. And I had the border done, and then I screwed up the border too. So I had to fix that once I started again, because there's little spots here where like his feet go, and then they have an opening up here for where the flag is, and you know, I just kept going on the border, and duh. All of a sudden you look, you go, oh my gosh. So I fixed that right away, and see like his tail has a little spot there. So I fixed all that before I started again. And so I did the bird and I did the flag, and the flag is, you can't do this while you're talking, because Diane and we were on FaceTime on Saturday night, and to count 1 stitch and then 2 stitches and then 2 stitches and then 3 stitches, and then it's all jerky, you know. So I quit working on this while we were FaceTiming, because like I can't do this because I can't talk. And
a FaceTime project is like a travel project. You want it a little less, you know, full or concentrating.
Because there's tons of jerkiness in this flag. I mean, you know, you do so many stitches.
Waving.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it's a cool flag. I mean, that's why I wanted to do it, because the flag is so cool. So then I went down while we were talking. I started doing letters. I can do letters. But I switched out, because this is 3 colors of DMC. And those are the DMC colors right there.
Oh, the called for?
Yeah, they're the called for. And I switched them out because, like, with the flag and stuff, I wanted some variegation. So I'm doing country redwood for the flag. And then I'm doing, what's the charcoal for, like, it's supposed to be like a dark gray. And so I'm
the
doing
bird?
Well, the square is the bird, and now all the letters.
Oh, okay.
It's charcoal gray. And then the blue, I switched it out to, it's called Battleship by Color and Cotton. So those are the 3 colors I switched to.
No, where did you get the color and cotton blue?
I have no idea.
Because we can't get it at any of the stores we go to, can we?
No, and this was hanging, I have an extra hook on my pegboard where I hang like weird silks I've gotten for whatever project.
Did you get any of that when we were down there? Did you stock up on any?
It was hanging there, so I must have bought some.
Yeah.
But I wonder, I must have bought it for another. Yeah, because it's really variegated.
It is.
It's very variegated. I must have bought it for another project, because see, I had a couple of skinny little pieces.
Okay.
Like I had used it for something.
Oh, okay.
I must have had a project
with
me.
It's just that's the type of floss that you can't take your DMCs to like you like to and trade them out.
Trade them out. I know. And it was hanging there. I thought, well, heck, I'm going to try it, because it had variegation, and that's what I wanted. So I don't know. It's been a long time. My brain doesn't hold it that long. And this is the bag.
I like that.
Yeah, I like this bag too. It's pretty. Made this a while ago. Okay, those are my whips, I think.
You sure?
Pretty sad, yeah.
Well, I just have one. And this is, it's Jane Austen. And I got this, it's the 250th year birth celebration sampler. And I ordered it online. And I think it came from over Great Britain or something. It was a kit. It came with 14 count Aida. And it came with the floss.
Oh, okay.
But I switched out the Aida to 18 count Primrose by Atomic Ranch.
That's a pretty fabric.
Yeah, it's not, you know, really modeled, but I liked it better than the Aida. And that's all I got done.
It's kind of cream.
Maybe a little yellow. Yeah.
Leaning a little yellow.
But the flosses look good on there.
Very good. Yeah.
So that was my pitiful start. I think that's what people call them.
Yeah, I never know. I still have trouble with the start and a whip, but I guess.
Oh,
I guess because like Rhapsody in Blue, I would call a start, because you haven't seen it before.
Well, and this is a 1-day thing.
Yeah.
So that's my whips.
Did you and Tenley stitch together? Oh, you must have, because she finished her picture.
Oh, yeah, I'll show her what. And then she started another one, of course.
Well, that's nice.
She finished this one for her mom. She had to give it to her right away, so I don't know if you can see that.
Look at that. I mean, that's Tenley's first one that she's finished.
And I laced it and framed it for her with a thrift store frame. She was so proud of it, she couldn't wait to give it to her mom.
Oh, isn't that nice?
So, yeah, so she did a lot. We did go she's got some camp t-shirt she wants to make a quilt. So we went to the quilt store and she picked out fabric for that. And I told her, she's helping. She started cutting the t-shirts apart. So, and then we ran out of time.
Oh, I forgot. I became a great grandma on June 2nd. And it was funny because on last Thursday, I took Elena, and Everly is the baby's name, Everly Nicole. I took them to lunch at the Grumpy Minnow. And when we walked in, there's always a waitress that we know there. I know there, and Jeannie knows there. And she goes, oh, she said, your friend and her granddaughter came here on Tuesday. And I laughed, and then Elena's kind of looking at me going, does she know you? And I said, yeah, we come here once a month on Mondays. And I said, we're usually here right at 11. So, I mean, there's nobody here. So the waitresses know us, and they even know what we eat.
Well, that's what the waitress told me. She says, well, you only need one menu, right? And Tenley goes, yeah, we can share. And she goes, no. And I said, I know what I want, Tenley.
Yeah.
She knows what I want.
And that's what she said, because she says, you don't need a menu, do you? And I said, no, but Elena needs one. So that was kind of cute. I thought, oh. Okay, I guess we move on to, we'll move on to haul. Okay, I don't have a lot of haul. Here's do plans last. I wrote that wrong. This I got at Black Cat Stitchery when we were there. I was looking for it, and it's always been out of stock since market. This has been, but she had it. She actually had the trunk show for JBW Designs, and when we got there to stitch that day, she had just boxed it up and was sending it back, so we didn't get to see it. But she still had these patterns. And then everybody's talking about patriotic stitching because of the
It's
yeah. So I got this kit. I'm not going to make it into a bag, but I like the crock. Isn't it funny what
part of it you like?
What part of it makes you order a pattern? Not the flag or the flowers. I like the crock. And I got the fabric. It's 40 count sand. That's what it calls for. So
the Scarlet House.
Yeah, it's by Scarlet House. And then this one, I don't know how I missed this. Sampler House 3?
Do you have 1 and 2?
I don't know, but I've never seen this one, and it's weird. It's funny how, look at the sheep. Do you see the sheep? They have the buntings on. I just thought that was so cute. And I love the trees, and even the house has a pattern in it. I don't know if you can see the pattern of the house, but it almost looks like picket fences in the house. But I just thought that was a cool thing. I'll show you some more once. I got the Halloween magazine special edition because I love this Quaker Halloween. I just love that. And I marked it in here so I could pull it up quick. There it is. This is the best picture I can find of it.
Who's that by?
Somebody I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching.
That is cute. Ooh, I like this one here.
I do too. I like that one too. Here's a better picture, at least a bigger picture. Part of the Quaker off of that corner is gone, but there it is. And this one's cute too. That's the one Jeannie was saying was cute too. It kind of reminds me of Primrose.
Yeah.
They both do. They remind me of Primrose. So that's why I got this magazine, because normally I don't buy them, but it's pretty cool. And this was another patriotic I hadn't seen, and it's Plum Street. And how do I miss these things? I don't know. But these are stockings that are patriotic.
Where did you find them?
I ordered them from 123 Stitch, and I think they just pop up. Somebody shows them, and so what I do is whenever somebody shows something that I like, I go into 123 Stitch, and if they have it, I put it in. And I put in my cart, because then when we go to cross stitch stores and stuff, it lets me look for stuff. So I don't always order from 123 Stitch, but I knew we weren't really going anywhere for a while, so I ordered these because they're patriotic.
Those are cute.
I know, they are cute. I've never seen them. I don't know. I'm sleeping on the job. And then this was a pre-order from Rosewood Manor, and it's called Celebration.
Ooh.
And that house is just a killer. And the fireworks and stuff. And then it calls for Michelle by Grace Notes Fabrics. So I ordered that right away, and it took a couple weeks to get. But it's here. Vicky, this is not a beige.
Vicky in Kansas,
Yeah.
pay attention.
Yeah. Wake up, Vicky. It's not a beige. It's not a different shade of beige. It's a dark gray. That's showing very light. That's about the color it is. But it almost...
See, and I see blue in it.
I see blue, but I see
Blue-
purple
purple,
too.
yes.
I see some purple. So it's like a night sky. And then I'm trying to find, everywhere I look for the specialty fabrics for the fireworks and stuff, everybody's out of them.
Oh, the threads?
So, yeah. So I just have to kind of keep my eyes open.
What are they? Is it treasure braid or Krynic or
I
something?
think it's treasure braid. Let's see here. See, it's with Rainbow Gallery.
Yep.
It's PB46 for the fireworks.
Yeah.
PHO2.
Petite treasure braid. Yep.
Okay, and PHO3, 2 cards. And then I got...
See, this was PB04.
Oh, okay.
The silver on here.
Okay. And then it says Rainbow Gallery Fiber. And it's stitching with metallic. Oh, that's that though. It must be that still. But everywhere I've looked, they're out of stock. I can't get them. So I'll have to just wait until they get back in stock. And I don't know if it's because of this pattern
Or the patriotic stitching.
yeah, could be either. But
Because I had looked for this when we were up at Black Cat and she didn't. It was out.
okay, as far as that's all I got.
Not really. Because you do have, when we did the shop hop,
Oh yes, I do have
we
that.
got the 3 sections to this and we got the floss when we were at the different shops. And I have them in the, yeah. So that was the one that we had gotten from different shops. I got these in Blue Earth, these little zipper pulls or thread bling. I got this up at Black Cat. Welcome Sampler by Needle Bling.
Mm-hmm. I got that when Market came up.
This,
Oh, more Biscornu.
well, in red, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'm doing some of these in the floss that matches our kitchen cupboards.
Oh, okay.
This I got. Wait a minute, no, South Dakota
Oh, okay. Oh,
Beardsford.
yep.
And then these I had seen. I got for Valentine's Day. The Festival Little Fobs by Heartstring Samplery. Then I had just seen this popped up. It's a flamingo Biscornu.
Ooh.
And then this came out at, it was on 123 Stitch. It was a calendar from 2021, but each month is the top of a Biscornu.
Oh.
But then what they said is to stitch 2, so you have a top and a bottom the same. That's a lot of stitching.
That is a lot of stitching.
So I don't know. But those are the months.
Wow.
Then, I had gotten these when we were at Walnut.
Oh, yep.
But then when last week the guys were going out planting trees, so Dean's nephew's wife, we were talking, I asked her if she wanted to go anywhere, and she mentioned thrift store shopping. So we went into Cambridge. There's 3 stores. So I found this. It's Cross Stitch Christmas. It is 2023
Well, that's not real old.
is the copyright, and oh my gosh, every page, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. And there was they got like the beachy things, and there even is, I should have marked
Is
it.
it L?
Look at here, Biscornus.
You must have made a noise in the store.
Well, it was $1, So I thought,
Oh
I
my
just looked on the cover and
gosh.
thought, yes, there's at least one I'll do in
Yeah,
here.
for $1? Yeah.
Yeah. And then there were, where are the angels? There's some blue angels, and they are,
Oh, there's some blue there. Oh.
okay, where are the,
Where's the pictures?
yeah. Here,
Oh.
look at all those angels.
Wow.
They could be stand-ups.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
would be cool.
Yeah, so it just looked,
Oh, those are beautiful.
but 6 different ones. Yeah, I thought, okay. I hit the,
You hit the mother load.
yeah. So,
Okay. So
that's it's all I can remember we bought.
I know. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we haven't been out and about since we were at Black Cat.
No.
That
that's
was
the
like
last
almost 2.5 weeks ago.
time. Yeah. It's weird. I feel like we haven't been together for like over a month. I do. I feel like it's forever. It's weird. Okay, then we'll move on to plans. And since everybody's been talking about doing some kind of patriotic for the next year, I wanted to do this Teresa Kogut for a long time, and it's really big. So, I mean, this is going to take a while, and I thought maybe I can divide it up into parts. I've been starting to collect the threads for it.
Ooh.
The fabric she used is tin roof. And I don't know that I want to do it on a gray. I want to do it maybe on one of my various beiges. I don't
You don't
know.
want to step too far out of the comfort zone.
No, I don't know on gray, but I understand why she did it on gray, I guess. And then this is another one. I have it kitted totally.
It's a country sampler kitting? No.
No, it
Oh.
looks like country sampler kitting because I've been trying to do country
Oh.
sampler kitting. That's a LeAnn variation of country sampler. But I've had this one kitted for a long time, and the fabric looks like winter brew maybe, and that must be what it's called for.
Oh, that's from Stitchville.
Yeah. Yep. Winter's Brew, and I bet you that's what it's called for. Yep, it was stitched on 36 count Winter's Brew, and that's what I have. So this one I've wanted to do for so long. It's not as big as you think, because Kindred Stitcher is working on it, and she said it's, I mean, as far as the sampler goes, it's not real big. So that one's kind of in the thing, and then I actually have 2 of these. I accidentally bought one, but I was in the club and got the whole kit, so I have the stand and everything for it.
Ooh.
So this one's kind of, I love the blue house. Yeah, there's nothing I don't like about this one. And then for another small, I've been wanting to do this one, of
Yes.
course. And I have the threads picked out. I picked out, because they do color and cotton all the time, and we don't, I'd have to order them. So I just picked out a couple of reds and a couple of blues and then a cream color. And I have this, it's not tin roof, it's Confederate gray. And this Confederate gray, which you guys won't be able to see, but there's some like blue tinge in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so when you get the floss on there.
Yeah, so I'm either gonna do it in Confederate gray, or this is Fiber on a Whim Affogato, which I liked too.
The white would show up better on the gray.
It would. But it actually doesn't do too bad on here either.
But you separate that to one strand and see how that shows up.
And this is a silk. The white is a silk. But the gray is kind of calling me too.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the gray because it does. This gray particular, Confederate gray, it has kind of some bluish something in it.
I'd go gray.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. So there, I guess I'm going to do it in gray. So those are kind of my plans. I want to do a big something, and then I'll work on some small.
I'm afraid that I'm going to start a big patriotic, and then all of a sudden something's going to come out that I really want to do.
That's patriotic?
Yeah, you know,
Well,
for the big birthday.
Yeah, because now I bet you in August, I'm guessing in August, a lot of the designers will be showing patriotic.
Oh, for that market.
Right, so this isn't written
Yeah.
in stone. But the one that really is calling me is this one. I mean, it's for right now, but if something in market comes out that I just...
You can do both. You can do more than one.
I can.
Yeah. I was looking around, though, as I decorated my house last month in the red, white, and blue. I've got quite a bit of things that are framed, and I don't have that many shelves or furniture to put them on. So that's why this one I did as a hanger, because I can hang it.
Oh, okay.
So, but, because I got a sampler and I got that freedom, but I still want to do to mark, because I remember the bicentennial in 1776, and there was a lot of things that came out on that too.
Correct.
Yeah.
In 1996.
What?
You said 1776.
Oh, 1976.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not that old.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But
what's your secret?
Yeah. But I'm thinking this month I want to do some Christmas. I got that one.
Yep, there's a lot doing Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I've done a few red, white, and blues now. My palette is full of that.
Yeah. You got a full palette.
So,
and you have quite a bit of patriotic already.
Mm-hmm.
So
it would be fun to start this one that's from
that's
the
really
shop
pretty.
hop.
This year, that one is so pretty. Last year was, to me, just reminded me more of farming, and it was almost full coverage.
Yeah, I got that started.
This one's more my style.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I've watched a few floss tubes that are doing mid-season whip parades.
Yeah, they are.
And for me, I don't think I touched my whip since we did the whip parade earlier.
So just go look at the beginning of the year whip parade.
Yeah.
I've added. So.
Yeah, there's more.
Yeah, I know.
I want to get back to Jane Austen's.
Oh, yeah.
I got this one, and then I've got two of the other ones.
Yeah.
So.
And I just saw my very first commercial, or whatever you want to call it, for Downton Abbey. Because the last movie's coming out in September. And I just saw the preview. I just saw some, and that was last night I saw it. So that kind of got me excited about that. Because we're going to go see that. So
we probably won't dress in costume like some people do.
You can. Not me, people, not me. No costumes. No. Okay, I guess that's all we have for stitching. So we're going to move on to Turtle Tidbits Quilting. We have some embroidery and some wool. So if you're leaving us, happy stitching, happy summer. It's just, summer's a busy time. That's all I got to say about the subject.
And the way it's been going, there'll be snow on the ground before we know it.
I know, and they just had on the news last night, we're losing like 2 minutes a day now. And it just kind of makes you a little bit sad.
Well, they had said now July 2nd and July 3rd are the midway of the calendar. So we're closer to the end of the year now than we are to the beginning.
Yeah, that's sort of sad.
Beginning of this year, last year.
And I just noticed we have a pond, so we hear 3 times in the year the frogs and the crickets go through their cycle. Well, they're in their last cycle now.
Last?
Mm-hmm. They're in their last, they're just starting to, it's been quiet, so now they're starting, starting to hear little, so they're kind of into their last little thing. I don't know, I shouldn't think about that, but in Minnesota we treasure our summer. I think people think we're always in winter here, and we're not.
Well, when our son used to live up here, he said anytime there was a sunny day, especially on the weekend, he was out and he wanted to use every minute of it.
Yes.
Now down in Florida, he can take his picks,
It's always sunny and warm down here.
Yeah.
And we've been hotter than Florida.
Yes, last week.
Yes, but this year is our first year. We've had like 3 years of drought, and this is our first year we go like every 2 or 3 days, and then we have a day of rain, and it's been kind of that way this
Friday
year.
night into Saturday, we got 2.5 inches.
Yes. It's kind of amazing, and they just sort of come up quick, too. Because they'll say, oh, sunny day, beautiful day, and all of a sudden by 8 o'clock, they're on the news telling you things are brewing.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys, so you leaving us for stitching. Have fun. We'll see you in a month, and hopefully we're back
stitching.
on track now. And for Turtle Tidbits, I thought I'd just talk about egg laying. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
My grandson is 18 today, and he just woke up.
No, I've been up since 9.
Oh, I heard your alarm going off, but you didn't come out. So he turns 18 today. That's amazing to me. I just, so turtle tidbits, June in Minnesota is a big month for turtles to come out and lay their eggs. And they'll come out and they'll dig a hole in the ground, and then they'll lay their eggs, and then they'll just leave them. They bury them and they leave them. And turtles will carry water. They'll suck up water through their cloaca, their rear end. Here goes the red face. They suck up water to get to the hole, because sometimes where they're going to dig, it's really dry and they can't get through. So then they'll drop some of the water to loosen the soil so they can dig their hole. And then if they have any water left at the end of digging their hole, they'll drop the rest of the water in on the eggs for humidity in that hole, because eggs usually need about 80%. 80% is about the perfect humidity for turtle eggs. And then about 55, 65 days, depending on weather and everything else, they'll crawl out and they'll hit the legs. Well, the top layer, eggs go by temperature for sex. So the top layer of eggs will come out female because they're warmer. They're closer to the surface. The bottom eggs will be male because they're cooler. And tons of predators. These eggs are left on their own. So if we have a drought like we have for the last 3 years, a lot of the eggs won't survive. They'll shrivel up and dry up. There's not enough moisture in the hole. If we have too much rain, they can drown. It's a breathing, living, that egg is a breathing, living thing, and they can drown. And you know, I talk about predators. They have skunks, they have fox, they have raccoons. Humans, yeah, but they also, I didn't think about it. I was digging up a nest. My son's friend called me because they laid right in his driveway and he didn't want to drive over them. So you can move them if they're in danger. Turtle eggs, you cannot turn them. So if you were gonna dig up a hole and, you know, move them or whatever, you have to keep them in the same way they are that the mother laid the egg. So when I am doing it, I mark the top of the egg to move them.
So if that was the egg, you can't pick it up like this.
No. If you move it in any way, you've killed it. It's dead. So you have to be very careful how you're moving turtle eggs. So I was moving them, and in that nest, I'm not lying, I got bit 1,000 times by ants. I didn't think about ants being a predator. If there's a hole and she laid her eggs in a nest of ants, these ants will use that egg for food, absolutely. They will chew through and eat the egg and everything. And another thing, which I was just watching a video, moles and voles. They tunnel through the ground. If they hit a nest of turtle eggs, absolutely, that's food. That's food for them. So you think about all of the predators that are out there for these eggs, and they're all by themselves.
Well, and once the mother turtle lays the eggs and leaves, her parental duties are done.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing when you see a baby turtle, and then once they hatch, they kind of scatter out of the hole, and that's nature's way of protection, because if they all followed in a line and a bunch of black crows found them, they'd all be pecked off for lunch. So they scatter, and they have a radar for water, and that egg yolk, they have an egg yolk on the bottom that absorbs into their body from the egg, and when they leave the nest, that egg yolk inside of them is food for them for about 2 weeks. They got about 2 weeks of life before they have to find water or food or, you know, their new home. But a lot of them, you know, they'll be crossing a road. These things are like the size of a dime, and you know, a lot of them get run over. Crows pick them off. Even once they make water, sometimes the big birds like the pelicans and the what are the big white cranes? All of those, that's food for them also. So it's amazing how these things survive. So that's my turtle tidbit, is turtle eggs, because this is it. Now we're done. We're kind of done. In July, they're pretty much done. There'll be a few coming out for like a second. It's called a clutch when they have eggs. It's a clutch of eggs. And if they've laid them early in the season, they'll come out for a second clutch now. And then that clutch will stay in the ground until next spring. They won't hatch in time for winter. So that's my turtle tidbit. Okay, so quilting. Oh, I have a sad one little block. This is a pattern I want to do, and I just started it. So this is a block. I wanted to do a block just to kind of get to know what I'm doing.
That was a recent purchase.
It was. And the handles are done on bias, and then I actually stitch them on with, all the handles will be the same fabric in this. So I use a dark clear thread, and it's just tiny zigzags. I don't know if you can see that, but on the back I use colored thread, and on the front it's this clear dark thread, so you can't see it at all. But then the rest of the block is pieced.
How many you gotta do?
Oh, a lot, because I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm making it wider to hang on my steps, so a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know, 56 or.
But it was a kit, right?
It was a kit, and I ordered another fat quarter bundle, and then I had to order more of the. It's bluebirds or something like that. So these are birds, and so this is all strips. So then I had to order the same amount of fabric that they already had, because you need the length.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm making it wider, I still needed that length. So that I definitely had to order more fabric than I probably needed.
That was beautiful, though.
It was.
The whole line.
Oh, it is. So it's going to be, and then when Jeannie and I were like at Beersford, she has fabric too. So I found some more, because there's not many. They use a green, a black, and a light blue for all of the background, and then of course cream for all the backgrounds and for the baskets. Well, the baskets, there were only 4 light blues, so you're going to have a lot of these baskets. And in the picture, some of them are right even next to each other of the same blue. And I didn't want that. So when we were shopping, I found more blues too. And I have blacks. I wasn't worried about blacks, and I have greens at home too. So those light blues, which were kind of gray.
Yeah, it was a certain shade.
Yeah. So luckily she had, I think I found 2 or 3 there.
Yeah.
So I was kind of happy just to have some more choices.
Variety.
Of color. Yeah. That's my quilting. That's a sad. My poor sewing machine, I miss it. I look at it every day. Hopefully I'll get back to it now. Because by the time I come in the house, I'm tired, and I stitch. And then I stitch for about 2 hours, and then I'm not lying, I'm passing out in the chair. And for me, that doesn't happen. So it's just been busy. Summer's busy.
Well, and once a month we go up to Rush City at the quilt store. Help me. Name of Rush City.
Cutting Edge.
All I can think of is the old one.
Yes.
And we meet Gail there, and then we stay for Hexies.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's a featherweight club, and you just sew whatever you want.
Right.
You're just using featherweight.
But are you doing baskets there? No. What were you? Okay.
Do you want me to show that? It's over there. I can show it after you're done.
But this is the Hexies that we do in the afternoon, and this is my one project. Don't look close. It's Speeding Train.
No.
So
Oh my gosh, you finished it. Oh, that's beautiful. Don't look, Speeding Train.
Blackbird fabric, and then I've got some Blackbird sampler on the back, and I've got the zipper pull from Vicky.
Oh, with your letter on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Speeding Train?
Well, I noticed I got a couple. You can see a couple of the connecting threads.
Cut it out.
But I'm pretty proud of that.
Oh
so that
my
was
gosh, that's beautiful.
And when we do the English paper piecing, it's everybody does their own projects.
Yep.
And it's just kind of talk. Some people ask for like assistance or little tricks or something. So, yeah. And I've got on my design wall at home 3 different quilts. Because when the granddaughter came up, she goes, "Grandma, those don't go together." I was like, yeah, I know, because I had my projects there for club. And then I had a patriotic one, and then I've got my Kim Deal one. Oh, this is the little one.
Yeah, this is a little one. This is what I'm doing at Featherweight Club, and it's called Baby Charlie.
Oh.
And it's
You're doing the 26-inch one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
the smaller one. And I started putting it together. It's
Ooh.
not done yet. That's why I wasn't showing it, so I'll get rid of that. But this is probably half. That's
Cool.
halfway. So that's,
Well, you got 3 corners.
yeah,
Yep.
that's all. So I'm halfway. So, but then I have some paper piecing. It's small and it's a double wedding ring. So I thought maybe that'll be my next thing, because it's paper piecing. I don't really have to worry about just using it on the featherweight. I
Yeah,
can
for
use
the
it,
seam allowance
Yeah.
accuracy.
because usually when you're working on a quilt, you work on the same machine on that quilt.
See, I think I was doing flying geese when I was up there last time, and
Yep.
that doesn't matter for your seam allowance on
No,
those.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Jeannie has some embroidery, or are you doing wool next?
We'll do embroidery.
Okay.
And I don't know how many years ago this was. It was for a Minnesota shop op,
Yep.
and we were someplace west of the city.
And
And
it was even on sale, wasn't it? Or was it clearance? We found one on clearance, but
oh, could have been.
it might have been.
Yeah. And this is it's My Country by Kathy Schmitz for Moda. And you get the panel, and it was petite pillows. So they're pre-printed, and then the backing is. So like for this one here, I just stitched, the red and blue,
Yep.
and then down here, and then this was the backing for it, as is, and I just put some rickrack around. But I had my Baldani threads out from the wool I had just done. So, and then here was another. I think there were 6. You can make 6 individual projects.
They're
Here
very
again,
cute.
that commercial, Liberty. And then that was the back. So that was kind of fun. I was doing this when the granddaughter was up, because this was kind of a no-brainer.
Well, and if you needed to help her with her cross stitch in any way, that's easy for you to stop and help her and
Yeah.
keep going or whatever.
Well, the big thing I had to help her with is, what movie are we going to watch now, Grandma?
Oh,
So, and then I got this done. This is wool, and I had gotten this kitted at Sewing Seeds
oh.
when we were there one time for their shop hop that they do in November. That's a quilt shop in New Ulm, and they have a lot of wool. So this is called Betsy Ross, and it's by
That's really
Granny's Legacy. So here she is.
That's really, it's all wool.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole thing is
Yeah,
wool.
and it came with the buttons, and it came with the Baldani,
Wow.
and then it came with this kind of
Back.
fabric backing.
Yeah.
The only thing you had to have was the fusible.
That's beautiful.
So
That's really cool.
it's kind of fun. I had that out now on the end table.
Nice.
So it was what I had done with this is I got it all ready and stuff. And then when I'm in my sewing room, it's like, do I want to do wool? Do I want to do? So I brought this down and had it on the dining room table. And like, if we're getting supper ready or doing things like that, I could stitch a little. Or our son from Florida always calls on Sunday. So while we're talking to him on speaker, I'd be sitting there doing.
You forget, doing wool is pretty easy. If you know the buttonhole stitch, you pretty much, that's it. Yeah, you can do other stitches too, but that's pretty easy to do, and you kind of forget how nice and relaxing that is.
Once you got things fused down,
right?
yeah.
Because once it's fused, you can take it anywhere and do anything with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're at the end here, gang.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I don't think we have any big trips now. Anything we're going to be on the loose for.
No, in August we have a week, just a stitching retreat down at Osage. That's towards the end of August, 21st.
Hopefully we'll be back before then.
Yeah. If we get back on our monthly thing, and then we are going to go to. We kind of talked about Orinoco.
Yeah, that's like a Walnut. Big
Yep.
town celebration, and then Rochester, Minnesota too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
We'll find some more lawn art.
forget because you have a truck and I have a van, so it doesn't stop us from not bringing home lawn art.
Yeah.
Oh, and the cupola I bought was kind of painted a rusty brown, and I was going to change it to silver. Well, I put it out in the area that I wanted it to be, and it just happened I did that on a Saturday, and my whole family came to my house on Sunday for dinner, and every single person that walked in the house went, "Oh my gosh, where did you find that?" They said it matches your house perfect, and I just kind of looked at them all because I said I was going to paint it over kind of a silver because that's what they are. They're
Look rusty.
Yeah, and they're all going, oh, and then my grandson says, "Grandma, it matches all your quilt squares out on the side of your house." And then my son says it matches your stonework in the house. And I thought, well, shoot, I don't have to do anything to it. I'll just leave it out there. And it looks unique. And I bought these, they're barbed, and they're 2 feet long, and they curve. And I drilled 4 holes in the corners of the cupola, and so I put these barbed things way into the ground, for wind, and my husband's worried about people stealing it, and we have never had anything stolen in our little town. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but they're down there. I mean,
So where you have it by the front door now is where it's going to live?
yeah, it's gonna live right where it is by the front door, and I have 2 perennial hibiscus. They're called Starry Night. The right one is brand new, so it's just coming up. I thought it was dead, but it's just starting to come up. The other one I've had for 2 years, and it's pretty up and growing, so it looks really good. And I put brown mulch down. It looks really nice. I'll take a picture of it. I have a bunch of wood chip bags right behind them right now, so I'll try to move those before I take the picture.
Good, because that was kind of your, we had seen it. And then
Right
we
away.
walked around.
Right away. When
right
we
away.
got there, he had 2 right away.
And you were, you're doing this, okay, pros and cons, and
Yeah.
you were thinking, okay, how do I paint it?
Right.
Because it had a nice finish on it.
It did.
Protected.
Whoever painted it, they did a really nice job. And it was protected. And I just told Jeannie, I kept walking around going, yeah, but it's brown. And I wanted a normal, but it had the little scalping on, like the gingerbread scalping, and I wanted that it was a perfect size, because like Jeannie has 2 huge ones, but she's got the space for them at her farm, and she has a big garden there, and she has all of her peonies there, and I mean, it looks gorgeous, but I don't have the room for that big a one. And a lot of them have a big V cut out on the sides of the bottom because they sat on a roof.
Yep.
Well, this doesn't have that. It's all square, and a lot of them are shot up because people practice shooting at their cupolas. Why, I don't know.
Well, and then we saw that other one walking around, and what do you want, 800 and something?
$800, and he says it's really rare because it's not shot up, but the thing was falling apart and rusty.
Had loose pieces. And
yeah, he said 800 and firm.
so that kind of, the pros went up then on the...
And then once I got in the ground and my family keep coming and telling me that, I thought, oh, I did great. It's perfect. I love it. It's
Yeah, in very good shape.
Yes, it is. It's in perfect condition. So
And it fit in the car.
it did. It fit even with her yard art.
Yeah, I got is it, about a 6 foot tall, kind of
Yep.
the windmill thing?
Yep, and it has kind of like wrought iron that, I don't know, the guy must have made it.
Yeah.
The base, and then he put are you going to keep it the color it is?
No, we're
Is it
gonna.
already? Oh, is it?
No,
oh.
it hasn't started because the fishing trip came first.
Oh yeah.
So now, but the base, we got kind of a dark green. He's going to paint that.
Okay.
And then the whirlybird part, the top part, is going to be yellow
Oh, nice.
because we have some those
yellow chairs. You would do
chairs, and a lot of our lilies, our day lilies, are yellow.
Oh, nice.
Plus, it's also go pack go.
Plus, it's her favorite color.
Yes. Yeah, and we have the spray paint.
Yes.
Or the paint he's going to use. So I mean, it won't cost us anything.
No, nice. So
Yeah.
she'll take a picture of what it looks like now for you. So we'll put it in the beginning too, so you can see both of our major purchases. They're fun. I like it.
And people ask us, and she says, "Well, she bought a cupola, and I bought a windmill." Huh?
And I've been looking for a long
Oh.
time for this. I have. I've looked many years for this. So, and they're either too big or, oh my gosh, some of them. I mean, even on Marketplace, they're thousands of dollars. It's like, really? I just want to put it out in my garden.
Out in the weather.
Yeah, where it's going to get rusty. Hopefully
Yeah.
it won't now. So I'm happy. I thought I don't have to do anything.
Check
to
that off the list.
it. Right. Okay, gang. So we'll hopefully be back on track now, and hopefully my dryer gets fixed. I'm tired of going to the laundromat. Have you been to a laundromat? I haven't been in years, and I've been several times.
Oh, do you
now.
take any stitching with?
I do. I take my hexies,
Okay.
and I sit because I can wash.
See, this would be good to take there too.
It would be.
These.
I have to find mine. I don't have any complaints, but since my grandson moved in, I had to move a lot of stuff around, and I don't remember where I put things. So,
See, it's like when we built a house.
yeah.
I remember where everything is in the old house.
Yep.
That doesn't do me any good.
And I've noticed lately that it's like I don't know that I don't know where something is until I go to find it, and then I find out I don't know where it is. It's like all these things that are out there.
And
that-
if you understand that.
Well, it's like you think you know where they are.
Yeah.
So you go there and it's not there. And until you do that, you don't know that you don't know where it is. So
That it's missing.
well, and I get frustrated because I keep going back to the place I think it is. And it's not there.
Yeah.
And I said, quit going back here. Why are you going
Isn't
back
that
here?
a definition of an idiot? If you go back to the same place and hope for different results?
Because I knew where everything was in my quilting room. I could go to it in a flash. And now it's all been moved. And like I say, I would do it in a heartbeat for any of my grandchildren. But I don't know, it's age. I don't know where I put it.
It's the trade-off of having them around.
It is. And he's such a good help. He really
Yes.
helps a lot. And he helps with my husband too, so I can go and not worry.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that's-
thankful for him.
Yeah, that alone.
Yeah.
I am very thankful to have him
Built-in
around.
companion.
Yeah, because I can go for 3 days or whatever we need to and know that he feeds them. Andrew knows how to cook. He knows how to do everything with Grandpa, so he's good. So, okay, guys, we'll quit rattling on and let you
It's
go.
over an hour, so.
Yeah, so we did it. Okay,
Okay.
so we'll see you in a month. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.